Okay, well, there's been, I guess, something else on my mind that I wanted to talk about. I know that there's people going through it. There's been people to talk to me about it, and just, I know that there's lots of people that go through this, and I've been through it, so I wanted to just share some of my experiences with you, and I guess let you know that I'm also here if you need someone to talk to, and know that there's other people that have been through this that can help you through it. But I guess the topic today, which is also revolving around depression as well, but abusive relationships. um I was in one for about, like, on and off for 8 years. My first daughter that I placed for adoption's dad. And I think that I stayed with him for so long because of her. Because I had this feeling that if we separated, he wouldn't want anything to do with her. Because we do still see her, and I was right. Since we've separated, he says he doesn't have a daughter anymore, which is completely ridiculous. But unfortunately, that's his loss, and, I hate it for my daughter because she really wants a relationship with him, and he doesn't. Maybe one day he'll change. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. But, anyway, so I was with him for, like I said, on and off for 8 years. He was not ever physically abusive with me. That's one thing I would never put up with personally, but I know that also people go through that as well, and they don't know how, nor do they want to leave because they're scared, or because, as my ex would do, he was very mentally abusive, and he would tell me things like that I was very unattractive, and I was fat, and that nobody else would ever love me, that he was the only one that could and would ever love me, and so that I couldn't leave, because if I left, I was gonna wind up being alone just like my mom. Which, little and does he know that my mom is not alone anymore either. She's actually in a relationship and has been for like almost 3 years, I think. I don't know, 2 or 3 years. She's been in a relationship for a while, so she's not alone anymore either. And he was full of crap because, I've always been kind of chunky, but, I'm not fat. I'm not bad looking. Might look a little, like, wrecked right now because, for one, I'm sleepy. And for two, I have makeup on from yesterday because, well, I'm a mom and I do shit like that. I mean, this is the real me. This is videos, real and uncut, and my hair's wild, my makeup's wild, there's a fucking cat in my face. But, hey, whatever. It's fucking real, and it's life, and I don't really care about that. But anyway, he had me convinced for a lot of years that nobody else could ever love me, because also I was a bitch and just tons of things. He just had me brainwashed that I just like, that I was a bad person, I was a bitch, I was fat, I was ugly, nobody else would ever love me, just all kinds of things. And it had me not only depressed, but also, afraid to leave because I didn't want to be alone. And I'm not alone. I would have never been alone. I have friends. I have confidence in myself, which took me a lot of years to get. But I've got it, and I don't necessarily need a man. I happen to find one. Someone that, I actually really liked before I ever got with him, my ex. And we've been married for 2 years, and we have an 11-month-old baby. And things are great with him. But, that's not really the point. And, he treats me a lot better. He's not mentally abusive to me. He's constantly telling me how beautiful I am. Even when I look like this, he says I'm still beautiful. Sorry, excuse my cat. She's like maniacing all over the place. But, it had me depressed for a really long time. And I think not only did I go through postpartum depression after a year after placing my daughter, but also he had me depressed. He started going out because he turned 21 and I was not 21 yet. He went out to the bar and was like trying to bring random girls home. Of course, they didn't go home with him, but that's not the point. He tried to, wanted to have, threesomes with my best friend. Just crazy stuff that, knocked my confidence down even more. And I did not handle it very well. I had been depressed for a long time, and I just didn't realize it. Didn't want to accept it. Same thing. Didn't, thought I was, like I said in my last video, that felt like I was crazy, or that, I didn't need medication, that I was fine, I wasn't depressed. Well, I was, and I did need help, and I waited until it was too late. And in 2011, like I said, a year after I placed my daughter for adoption, I overdosed. I took a whole bunch of pain pills, and I went to the pavilion, and I did not have to have my stomach pumped because my body automatically rejected it, and I threw up on my own. I spent about a day and a half, 2 days, puking and sleeping, and it was absolutely miserable. It was really scary. I realized, I think honestly, I mostly did it for attention because I wanted him to, realize that I was serious and that I couldn't do it anymore and I was at my fucking breaking point. But it scared me and I didn't actually want to die, and, I came close and I didn't like it, and it scared me. And like I said, I had friends, family members that were very upset and, let me know that I had worth and value, and they were very upset that I had tried to take my own life, and it hurt them, and I didn't like it. It made me feel terrible, and of course sad to see them sad. And that was my wake up call, and I have never been that depressed again ever. If I've ever felt, sorry, my cat's rubbing on me. If I have ever felt low, or anywhere near that low, I have talked to someone. Like I said, I'm seeing a psychiatrist now, and he said that I'm a little depressed. I don't feel depressed. I think it's mostly just, maybe a little depression. But I feel like it's mostly I've got back issues going on, and I think usually, like, I don't, say hi, kitty. I don't really want, sorry, she bumped the camera. I don't really want to do anything because my back hurts. I want to lay around and I want to watch Lifetime movies, and I don't know. But I think it's mostly just my back. But I also do enjoy my alone time as well because, like I said, I have a baby and a husband, and so I do enjoy my time alone as well. So I don't think it's all depression. I think there's more to it than that, but the medication he did put me on helps with anxiety and depression. But I just want people to know that it's not okay for somebody to treat you like that. You are valuable. You have worth. There's many people that love and care for you, whether you think so or not. I may or may not know you, but I care. And that's part of the reason why I've started doing these videos, because I want to help people, and I don't want people to kill themselves or to be so unhappy that they would want to kill themselves, or just miserable, because that's not living your best life. That's not what life is about, and you shouldn't have to live that way. And I know a lot of times, even with me, even though we placed our baby for adoption, I stayed because of her, because I didn't want her to not know her dad. But, you can't stay for the kids. And honestly, it's kind of like selfish for you to stay for the kids. And especially if you do have your kids, it's even more, I guess, imperative that you leave, because it's not fair to the kids either, because you're not yourself. I mean, if somebody's treating you bad and you're unhappy, you're not yourself. You might be irritable. You might be sad. You might want to kill yourself. There's lots of things that go with it. And it's not really fair to them. It's not really fair to you. And I want people to know that, you have worth, and your life means something. And I just want you to know that, and I want you to know that, normally people do those kinds of things because they have insecurities with themselves. And they say those things because it makes them feel better to put others down. And it's not right. It's not right at all. And it's not true. Anything they say to you. You're not ugly. You're not fat. You're not a bitch or an asshole or a slut, which I also was called, or, a man whore, or anything that they say to you, like that nobody else will love you, any kind of thing like that, you don't deserve that, and that's not true. That's not true at all. Because like I said, even if I don't know you, I love you. And your life matters to me, no matter who you are. Because you have worth. You have meaning. God gave you this life, and you were meant for something. If you're still alive, then you're here for a reason. And it's not to be miserable. It's not to take shit from people who have nothing to do but make you feel like shit about yourself. Damn it. Sorry, my freaking cat attacked me. Quit! That hurt, cat. Anyway, you have worth. Your life has meaning. You need to get out. Because you being miserable and wanting to die and just hating your life, that's not fair. That's not right. And there's no reason for you to stay. And if you stay for the kids, that's not fair to the kids either. They're not gonna think that you're, they might, if they're really young, they might not understand right now, but when they get older and you explain things to them, they will understand. They will understand that you needed to leave because, it was affecting your life, and it was dragging you down, and you were miserable, and you didn't want to live anymore, and that's just not. They'll understand that that's not okay, and that you're worthy, and that they would much rather you be happy and loved and alive, and you're not really being the best parent that you can be if you're down, if you're miserable, if you don't want to live. You're not giving them the best that they deserve. You're not giving yourself the best that you deserve. And that's really what I wanted to talk about. I just think that if you're in an abusive relationship, whether it be physical, mental, honestly, mental is worse than physical in my opinion, but either way, you need to get out. You need to get out because it's not good for your health at all. And see someone, see a counselor, talk to me. I mean, I'm not a counselor, but I could be. I'm really good at talking to people, and I'm good with people, and I have lots of life experiences to talk about and to relate to you with, and, you're more than welcome to talk to me. I can help you the best I can. I mean, you just can't let things like that, keep you from living your best life, because you deserve a good life. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve so much more than what you're giving yourself. So I think that you need to get out. And if that means that you need to turn to God, I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I personally believe in God, and I believe that God can do lots of things. And if that's what you believe, then pray about it. Pray about it, and I guarantee you He will help you. He will help you through it. If that's not what you believe, that's totally fine too. I mean, like I said, just talk to someone. Me, a counselor, anyone, a friend, a family member. Just talk to someone and get out of that situation, because it's not good. It's not good at all. I'm so happy, and my husband is the best thing that's ever happened to me. and leaving, getting out of that situation. I mean, like I said, it's really sucks that, you know, he doesn't have a relationship with my daughter and doesn't want a relationship with her, but, you know, it wasn't fair to me to stay. I was tired of feeling the way I did. I was tired of not being the best I could be because I was being dragged down by someone who, for one, was going absolutely nowhere in life, and for two, just feeling miserable all the time. Just feeling worthless, feeling like I didn't really serve a purpose in this world and I didn't belong in this world, and it's just, I'm really glad that I got out of that situation. I mean, now I have everything that I ever dreamed of. I have an amazing husband. I have the best baby a mom could ask for. I love being a mother. And it's fantastic. I have a stepson as well. He's almost here. He just turned 8. He's like 3 months difference from my daughter that I placed for adoption. They play together when they get to see each other. They play together. They love each other. He's always talking about her when he tells people how many, siblings he has. He always mentions her. He loves her. She loves him. It's great. Everything is great, and it wouldn't be that way had I not ever left. And so I feel like you need to leave. You need to get out. And it might not even be causing depression. It could be anxiety, because I do have anxiety really bad, and I've had it really bad lately, and I have panic attacks, and I don't know what's caused it all, but I've had panic attacks. I've had it come out in anger. It usually comes out in anger when I start to have a panic attack. Everything starts bothering me. I get really irritable about everything, and then I just snap and I get really angry. And that's not okay, and that's why I got help, because I didn't want to live that way. It's not fair to myself because I'm not living my best life. It's not fair to others because I'm angry or irritable or just not myself. And so I got help, and I'm doing much better. And these blogs are actually really helping me to get stuff off my chest and to feel better, and also to help people in the process. So, like I said, if you want to talk to me, you're more than welcome to. I've got Facebook Messenger. You can have my phone number. You can call me. You can text me. Whatever. You can message me, or you can comment on here on YouTube. Whatever you need to do. But you've got to get yourself out of that situation, because it's not doing anyone any good. And especially yourself. And you deserve a good life. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to live, and you deserve to live your best life and live happy and not be miserable and not hate your life every day that you live it. So I think that you just need to get out of that situation, however that needs to happen. And I think I'm gonna end this blog on this note. If there's anything that you want to talk about, any life experiences that you want to know, topics that you'd like to talk about, anything like that, let me know, and I will continue to make blogs. Can't really do them on specific days because it just depends with my baby, how everything goes. But I'll try to make blogs as often as possible. So, thanks for listening, and like I said, get out of that situation, because it's not worth it, and you are worth it. You're worthy, and you're worth it. And also, not crazy for taking medication. Sometimes you need medication. Sometimes your brain needs a reset. You're not crazy for talking to someone. And if you're at the point where you're wanting to end your life or that you're just so depressed, you're miserable every day, then you need to talk to someone. There's lots of resources. I know a few resources if you're here in Amarillo. If not, I can probably help you find some wherever you're from. So just talk to someone and get out. Again, thanks for listening, and I will talk at you next time. Have a good night.